Behind me you see a poster of Madame Clicquot, the founder of modern day Veuve Clicquot, the champagne house. In my hand I have a bottle, an empty bottle, of Veuve Clicquot. If you have ever bought champagne or seen champagne, you will recognize this sunset yellow, touch of orange logo label. And what I want to share with you today is a little bit of the history of her life. For those who have a good understanding of the French language, you'll know that Veuve means widow, and so the brand's name is actually Widow Clicquot. It's a bit of a strange name for a champagne brand in the modern day use of champagne. We generally use it for special occasions and celebrations. It feels weird, maybe, to start your celebration with a bottle from a widow. But the story of Madame Clicquot goes a little bit deeper than just her upbringing, her relationship with her husband, and his sad demise in her early 20s. You see, after they had just been married and had started working at the champagne house together through his lineage, she decided on his passing to continue with the development of the champagne house. And so the estate flourished through many ups and downs, particularly because of her input as the owner of the estate. And there were a few moments where people had considered or had even suggested to her that they wanted to purchase the estate from her, and she could have taken the opportunity to essentially retire from her endeavors and live off the money that was then granted to her through the sale and raise her children that way. But instead she chose to take the road less traveled, as Robert Kipling would say, and she made the effort to change the champagne industry to the way that we know it today. You see, most of the industrialization processes that have taken place in the last 100 years, particularly in the wine and champagne industry, are thanks to Madame Clicquot's efforts. She innovated and developed all kinds of techniques and methods that are at the foundation of how we make champagne, even in this modern era with all the technology that we have in our hands. She put together a workflow to make champagne and enhance its clarity, its distinctive flavor, and its longevity. And that process holds somewhere around a dozen techniques that, through her, became popularized and used all around the world in the making of champagne. Now, why is this inspiring to us? For us, running a design studio or working as a team in a design studio is in part also about the effectiveness and the efficiency of doing the work that we do. And so Madame Clicquot's poster hangs specifically directly above my desk. Of the 3 posters that I have this year, this is the poster that sits in the center. And I feel inspired by her story to empower my story. And in my story, I want to ensure that in the ups and downs of the creative life, there's a framework that provides clarity, that provides effectiveness, that provides flow. And Madame Clicquot is a fantastic example on how to strive and work as hard as we can in not just making a good product, but also considering the way that we make that product and to strive to make that process better. And so whenever I consider how we can make something more efficient, how we can optimize something, how we can give ourselves more time to conceptualize rather than to organize and structure documents. I think back to Madame Clicquot and how she, in the early 1900s, completely revolutionized the champagne industry by the techniques that she implemented to enhance the process of the work that they did, but also to, at the end of the day, make a much better product. I hope you found this explanation about this poster inspiring. This is the second poster in a series of three that I have hanging in my office in this year 2026. Each year I find inspiration in something and then decide what kind of visual element or style do I place in these posters to remind me of what at the start of the year inspired me to start a new year, to set goals and to aim higher. I'm taking you on a journey through the posters that are there in 2026. So, if you find this inspiring, feel free to like and subscribe and to specifically follow this playlist. I'm going to do a third video about Theodore Roosevelt, the man in the arena, and then I will do a bonus video talking about some other posters that I have used in years since. Thank you for your time, and I wish you a great day.